On today's video, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm recording my screen. I'm going to show you how I build out an entire system for one of my new elite clients that is starting as we speak. I'm going to walk you through the entire program. This is specifically geared towards the guy who's in his late 40s to mid 50s, who has a lot of stress from work, family responsibilities, and has put everything else in front of his health. And the only thing he's really trying to figure out is, how do I get consistent with fitness again? I want to look good with my shirt off. Long term, I want to be healthy for my family. And I just feel really insecure about my body right now. And I'm sick and tired of feeling like I'm working hard at different aspects of fitness, but never being able to put it all together. So if that sounds like you, well, first and foremost, welcome to the video. This is going to help you tremendously. I'm going to show you a client system, but I actually put together a massive 25-page roadmap on literally everything with our system that you can actually have 100% free. All you have to do is comment the word lifestyle on this video. The document I'll give you will map out all my thoughts on training, all my thoughts on nutrition, all my thoughts on supplementation, sleep, peptides, testosterone, like literally the whole roadmap. Now it's 25 pages because the font's a little bigger so you can read it, but it's really simple, but extremely effective. If you want that guide, it's absolutely free. I'm also putting together a full-blown quiz for you to take to figure out what method is going to work best for you. I call it the fat loss system. So finding your best fat loss system. If you want that, I'll also link you to that as well. So all you have to do is comment lifestyle on this video. I'll send you the guide and the quiz so you can figure out the best path forward for you. A lot of resources for you, but buckle up. Let's jump into this. All right. So this is how I build a program for one of my clients. I'm going to try to keep his name as anonymous as possible because he is a private guy. He runs a lot of companies, and I just want to make sure we respect that. So I really can't get into like too much about him, but I will say he's got kids, he's got a family, and works extremely hard. He's a type A straight shooter who just wants to have everything, outlined for him so he knows exactly what to do. All right. So let's just talk about his workouts. Now he's going to be training Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. This is a big myth that a lot of guys fall into the trap of, and that is thinking they have to work out every single day. And this is where you struggle with consistency because you think, man, I got to hit the gym 5 days a week or 7 days a week or 6 days a week. And there's just weeks where that doesn't happen. And you start to go, holy crap, like I literally suck and I can't follow a consistent training program and I don't know what to do. So you throw your hands up and you just quit. Well, the good news is you can stop doing that. And really all you need, in my opinion, is at least 2 to 3 days of a solid training program, which I will share here in a second what we're doing. But Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is what works for him. And so we're going to be focusing on mostly dumbbells, cables, machines. He doesn't have a squat rack, so we're not going to be doing anything really barbell related. But I have all these phases broken down for him, so I'm not going to go into too much here because I don't want to give away everything that we do. But this is what we're doing to start. So phase 1 is what we call a recomp reboot, right? Where really the goal is full body fat loss with muscle retention and just getting back to basics with a consistent and sustainable plan. The goal here is 12 to 15 pounds of fat loss, reset his habits, restore consistency before we move into phase 2, which is a more aggressive end of summer shred. And this is where we're going to be leaning out aggressively. Okay. We'll build in more conditioning circuits because he's a former athlete. We want to start training like an athlete again, a little bit at least. But once again, we're sticking to the schedule. It's not going to be anything crazy. Phase 3 is back to school shred. So deeper deficit, definition, cardio improvement, full body push-pull legs with some HIIT. And the goal will be to really just tighten that midsection, show his abs off, boost stamina, and so on and so forth. Now, I build out, let's see, I have 10, 12 phases for him, but we're not going to show all of that because we'll be here forever talking about every phase. But I like to show guys a roadmap that takes them years down the road so they really understand how the heck to put all this together. Okay. But let's talk about nutrition. Yes, I'm showing his first name. Whoops. It's okay. He's not going to be too mad. We're going to go here, but let's go to his nutrition plan. All right. If you want my whole entire nutrition strategy, at least like the overall philosophy around it, just comment lifestyle. I'll send you my full blown True Transformation lifestyle system that will literally map out everything in terms of just my overall philosophy, how you should be thinking about things. And then along with that, I'll send you a quiz for you to figure out what is the best fat loss system for you. So here's where we're at. Calories, we're starting around 2,100 to 2,300 calories. Protein is going to be 175 grams per day, max. Hit at least 150 grams. Oops. So we're not going crazy with protein. That's another myth that a lot of guys think they have to follow. And that is, oh my gosh, I have to hit, loads of protein. It's, going to require eating steak and chicken and protein shakes around the clock. Yes, we do need to eat a decent amount of protein, but he's currently weighing about 220 pounds. So you can see like we're well below the 1 gram per pound a day. And even less than that if he hits his minimum. But this is because we don't need as much protein as you might think. We need enough to hit protein synthesis, which is enough for the body to use to repair and support muscle tissue. But the big reason we eat a decent amount of protein every day is for health reasons. Number one, want to support brain, heart, health, function, all that stuff. And then also satiety. Protein just fills you up better than carbs and fats typically. But we don't want to eat so much that we take away calories that could be used for carbs and fats. His meal schedule is this is what he prefers. 3 main meals, 2 snacks, hydration, 3 liters of water. He's allowed milk and sweetener if he desires it in his coffee. Just got to make sure we're not going crazy. Just track it, right? Training days, we're going to choose meals that are slightly higher in carbs, a little bit more calories on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then rest days, we're going to go lower carb, closer to 2,100, but we're not going low carb. It's just lower. Okay. We don't need as much fuel. We don't need as much calories. This is where we really tap into fat during his off days, which are 4 days a week. We're still going to be walking on those days. We're going to still be, relatively active, but we're just, we don't need as much fuel. So, okay. Option A is his higher carb day. Option B is his lower carb day version for each meal. He likes to eat breakfast. Okay. He likes to eat breakfast. So we're starting the day with breakfast. Okay. And then lunch, we have chicken rice bowl or just beef and greens for the lower carb option. Snack, afternoon protein boost. Okay. So 2 hard-boiled eggs and a protein bar if he has access to a protein bar. Dinner, this is where we go family friendly because I want him to be able to eat like a normal person. So we have a beef burger, bunless beef burger. We have air fried potatoes and some greens. And then we do the fish and rice meal. Both have carbs in it, by the way. So we're eating carbs at night. Reason for this is because carbs are not bad. We want to fuel his next day training session, or we just want to give him some relaxation stuff here, which is, bringing cortisol down at the end of the day and helping him fall asleep better. Okay. Which carbs can help with those things. So evening dessert, this is where we have our second snack. We're just doing, no matter what, a Greek yogurt bowl. Super simple. He likes Greek yogurt. We have a little bit of honey, very little bit for sweets, and then a little bit of nuts to give a little added boost. Okay. So total daily macros roughly are all set here based off the meals. So if he's ever out to eat and he's like, okay, I want to choose something that is not on my daily menu, but hits my calories. Well, here's the outline. Okay. Here's the rules that I have for him. Very simple. Just stick to the portions. Don't guess. Okay. Swap meats as needed. Minimal sauces. So we're just trying to make sure we don't add an unnecessary amount of calories from sauces. You can choose 1 to 2 off-plan meals per week. Still try to make sure we're focusing on protein. And then when he travels, which he does a lot, keep either a protein bar or hard-boiled eggs, grab meat and salads at restaurants, use Greek yogurt as breakfast fallback. Obviously, he's going to be working hand in hand with me, so he's not going to have to guess here. We're just going with that, okay? So let's go into the total optimization checklist. This is building out each area that he's going to need to be focused on to make a successful transformation. Obviously, this is still relatively high level stuff here, but it's really important to understand each area, each component, training wise. Okay. We talked a lot about this already, but one thing I didn't mention was I'm going to have him do a walk after dinner for digestion and just to get those little extra steps in just 10 to 15 minutes after dinner where he probably won't have too much on his calendar, just to help him relax, help him digest his food a little better and burn just a few extra calories to make sure that he's all set. Okay. Nutrition wise, we really talked about this a lot, but a couple non-negotiables that I have for him is just make sure that his core ingredients that he needs for the week are restocked every Sunday. And really trying to minimize alcohol right now because alcohol is not necessarily going to destroy fat loss, but it's not going to help it, okay, as much. So OCD, let me get these aligned here. So then hormone health, right? As a guy in the age gap that he's in, which is late 40s, early 50s, we want to sleep 7 hours a night, okay? If we're a little under 7, it's fine. I don't need you to push into 8. I know it's hard for a lot of guys. Once again, no screens 15 minutes before bed. You can use blue light blockers if needed. Some pre-bed supplementation. Why are we talking about sleep? Well, because sleep is heavily influencing stress and heavily influencing hormones, all right? So we want to regulate cortisol, some ashwagandha supplementation, creatine monohydrate, and then we're going to check his blood work every 6 months. All right, just to make sure. Right now, he's actually en route to Miami to do a full panel review that I've directed him on. It's part of what we do at our elite program. Okay, so stress and recovery is the next area. Big time stress issues because of all the things he's got going on. Some of this is optional. Some of it I highly recommend. So walks in nature, for example. So walk outside in silence. You don't need to listen to something all the time, right? Let your brain recover. Let your brain think 1 time per week at least, okay? Cold shower or cold plunge 3 times per week on non-workout days, if accessible. This is just something he's mentioned that he's done before, but he was doing it on workout days, so I made sure to put it on non-workout days because a cold plunge on workout days will hinder muscle growth. Sauna, though, can be done post-lift 2 to 3 times per week for recovery and cortisol balance, which I love the sauna. So more on that in another video, but this is a stress and recovery system. And then lifestyle routine. Okay. Wake up, bedtime consistent with 60 minutes, within 30 to 60 minutes window, even on weekends. Morning routine is simple. We're not some of those weirdos on Instagram who have a 30 item checklist for the morning routine where you have to be perfect and all that stuff. It's just simply wake up, hydrate, breath work or movement, and plan your day. Simple. Let's get after it, right? Weekly Sunday ritual, though, is important. Make sure your groceries are there, workout review, schedule, and then make sure you do your progress photos, weight, and habits. Check in on those things with me. We have some supplements that I recommend. These are not all necessary. Whey protein, casein or Greek yogurt, I consider just part of your supplement regimen because it's important to have on stock. Magnesium glycinate for bedtime, zinc, vitamin D3, fish oil, ashwagandha, creatine, and then an optional energy or stress dip Tongit supplement. We're not going to talk about supplements right now, but this is what I recommend for him. And then accountability, weekly check-in with me, okay? At least we're going to talk, schedule our calls out as we proceed, weight, progress photos, training logs, and then a monthly deeper review. Just where are we in our training nutrition, revisit our goals and progress, identify wins and any gaps that we need to fill, okay? Longevity, DEXA scan every 6 to 12 months, lab work every 6 months, cardiovascular testing, VO2 max, annual full body MRI, stretch physical challenge. This is just the stuff that in our elite program that I recommend. Not everybody needs to do all these things, but this is just something to keep in mind to track your longevity and get to the next level. Daily minimums, our DM5 system, hit calories and protein, 8,000 steps, drink 3 liters of water, sleep 7 hours, 10 minutes of self-care, breath walk walking, breath work, walking, or cold, hot, and recovery. All right. So this is our system. If you haven't downloaded the full 25-page True Transformation Lifestyle Playbook, I highly recommend you do that. All you have to do is comment lifestyle below. I'll make sure you get it. And then take the quiz. What is the best fat loss system for your specific life? Like, what route would be best for you based off your personality, based off of your lifestyle? I put together a quiz. It's free. You can check it out, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to be worried about and focused on. Just comment lifestyle, send it over to you. You can take that quiz. Hopefully this helped. If you are interested, like, and you've realized, okay, this is what I need a plan built for me. This is obviously built for my client, but if there is a plan built for you, by the way, I didn't even get into the program that he's following, but let me just give you an idea of like a normal day for him. This is created by Coach Belton Woodley, who is our head trainer, who's absolutely jacked and shredded. But just as a side note, the dude's awesome. Shout out to you, Belton, if you're watching this. Upper day. Okay. Upper day is day number 1. Regular workout, 39 minutes. Okay, guys, 39 minutes. What do we need? Cable, dumbbell, easy bar, or any kind of bar, or you can even sub it out. Machine. Here's what it looks like. Okay. We're starting with shoulders on this day, doing dumbbell Arnold press with dumbbell side laterals. That's our little superset. And then we're going to move into triceps. And then we're doing, this is just his upper shoulder and arms day with a little bit of back and rear delts to finish it off. But this is just an example. I'm not going through his whole program, guys. It's just one of the days that we have for his 3-day program right now. Easy bar curls, dumbbell hammer curls, lat pull downs, rear delt, machine fly. We do have another day where we focus on back and chest first, and then we have a lower body day, okay? 3 days a week. Once again, we're supersetting, not because we're burning fat and we're trying to fly through the gym or anything like that. We're supersetting because he doesn't have a lot of time, all right? And I want to make sure he gets enough volume in for his goals. And I want him to feel excited to go to the gym and not feel like, oh my gosh, I have to go do 50 exercises. Look, we got 4 things he's got to do, 8 exercises in and out of the gym, and 39 minutes. Okay. Just a little side note for you. Okay. If you want to check out our full system, how I do it, there's links in the description below. I wrote down some next steps for you that you can take if you're serious or you're just working through the process and figuring out what's going to work best for you. But this is it, guys. This is the total transformation system for this particular client. But I wanted to show you how I build out programs and how you could potentially build out your own program if you're in the game of trying to change your health, trying to change your fitness. If you struggle with consistency, if you struggle with binge eating, if you struggle with knowing exactly what to do, this is how I organize things for our clients. Hope this one helped. Life moves fast. Make it count. Check out the next video that I have listed here, and I'll see you over there.